I want to take you back to early on. There have been so many different twists and turns in your life. You grew up in the deep South, South Carolina. Take me back to as early as you can remember. What was life like?
Life was like, different water, different bathroom. Money was bad. Understand, we lived in, let's say, a house that keep the sun and the rain off us at night or day. That's what it was. And let's say animosity, bigotry, hatred, prejudice, white water, color water, doesn't matter. At the time that I was just a little boy, and I didn't quite know what really going on.
It's the early 1950s, and your father's the first person in the neighborhood to get a black and white TV. Tell me about when he first brought it home.
Well, therefore, one thing I can remember way back, it was a Wednesday night fight.
What do you recall from the first boxing match you watched on TV?
It was like, let's say, way back, guys like, let's say, Dempsey, Joe Louis, back in those days, Robinson, Rocky Marciano, all those, Jack Dempsey, all those guys, I could remember by seeing them up here. I used to watch them when I was a little boy. And on Wednesday night fight, Dad and all the uncles and the bigger guys in the community watch Wednesday night fight. And I would probably be sitting down, hide in the back, but I run through, I'd say, excuse me, run through, and then the uncle say, hot bastard, that boy over there gonna be another Joe Louis. Look at the body on that boy. That boy gonna be a champion.
You go out and make your own heavy bag after the remark by your uncle. How did you create it?
Well, I thought that, if I'd be a champion, I have to start now. They didn't have the facilities in the neighborhood. No, for me, they had them, but probably I wasn't allowed to go into town and participate.
Because of segregation.
There you go. There was a problem with me and my white brothers. They didn't allow me in town, so I didn't go. I stayed and I made my own little bags. So I had my little croquet sacks, little black brown bag. I stuck some corn cobs, braids. Braids is a piece of little sticky thing come off the pine tree. And I stuffed it in the bag and I'd say make cloth and little bricks of cotton. Anything I could make a speed bag of. And I used to punch it every day. Mom gave me about an hour every day to punch the bag. That's probably why I was being able to throw as much punches as I do, because I've done it since I was a little boy.
Right, it's 1959, you're 15 years old, you make the decision to move to New York. What's it like, that realization process of, I'm 15 years old and now on my own?
Well, let's put it this way, the rules and regulations that my white brothers had put down, I abide by them. And therefore, if I couldn't live under the situation or the rules and regulations that they had, I had to move. So therefore, in order to grow and do the things that I want to do, excuse me, do the things that I want to be a champion, I had to move. So therefore, it was no problem for me to move.
You're working hard, you're training hard, the lifestyle's completely changed when you moved to Philadelphia. How quickly did you progress with your training?
I figured that it was a little rough for me at the time because I didn't have the money to move around. And back in them days, the boys were rough. You can't walk in the territory. At the time, they had guys had gangs, squads and stuff. So you had to be careful where you're walking, where you get off the bus at. Because then boys, hey, baby. Keep walking. And if you don't want to get beat up, you better run. So that was the situation that was back in them days.
Your first professional fight, April 16th, 1968. What do you recall from it?
My fights went back like this. Knockout, 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 knockout. Guys didn't see 2 rounds.
At what point did people begin to suggest that you should consider fighting Ali?
There was just like a war between him trying to find somebody to fight him. And I said to myself, I'm going to get him.
How bad did you want to fight him?
As bad as hog glove slop. That's a country word. But anyway, he didn't like faze me like the best. Like, you know, he got too much noise.
Now, around the time that you were skilled enough to take on Ali, he had problems of his own. He refused induction into the Army. He was fined $10,000 for it, charged with draft evasion, sentenced to 5 years in prison pending appeal. What was your reaction when you first heard about that?
Well, I was sad because I didn't look like I was going to have a chance to beat him up.
How excited were you when you learned Ali had been reinstated?
Well, I was happy, man. I was happy. You know, and my work, let's say, with the president has been solved. So therefore, I know that I'm going to be able to clean this thing up for once and forever. So therefore, when he got it, I was happy that he got his license. Oh yeah, we gonna get it on.
What was that call like when you get what you had been hoping for, guaranteed $2.5 million for each of you for that bout against Ali?
The money was good. The money, but therefore I didn't look at my job, you know, for the money. I loved the game. I loved the game, and I loved the big guys fall under my punches because I was very strong. Let's say, as moving as a little guy. I'm not a big guy, I was a little guy when it comes to heavyweights. So therefore I love to see them crumble under my punches. So when he got the license, I was happy.
What was it like walking out that day at Madison Square Garden?
Ooh. Yeah, we're going to get it on. I got him. I got him in the doggone web. I'm going to web him up. And, you know, I really think that the guy was like, you know, nervous or something. He was like, you know, show real. I'm going to take it easy, man. The fight going to go on, you know what I mean? Don't worry about it, you know what I mean? He was like more concerned about what he was going to make. I didn't have no trouble. I was going to be that. Trust me. I waited all these years to get him, and I'm about to get him this time.
You may have won the fight, but your body wasn't in great shape. And not only following the fight was your blood pressure high,
right,
and you lost 10 to 15 pounds of weight during the fight, but you couldn't urinate, you couldn't stand up and walk, you couldn't eat and drink. What did you think was going on with your body? 15
rounds of hard work without stopping. I had nowhere to go but down after that. But therefore, it didn't come from him punching me, beating me up. It came because I was sick when I went in the ring. I talked to the doctor and asked him if it would get any worse, can I fight? He said it was up to me because it wasn't going to get no better.